All right, so it's been a crazy last 2 days. Not even last 2 days. Like a day and a half. Let's just say 24 hours. Chris Paul has been traded to the Suns for pretty much the entire Suns organization and a first round pick. And the Rockets are exploding. The Rockets are a nuke that has just been detonated. Westbrook is trying to leave. Harden is ready to leave. And they're making trades, and apparently Harden just declined a contract. So we got Rockets fan. Y'all already know.
Harden fan. Well, he's a Harden fan.
I've said this multiple times. I am not a Rockets fan.
He's a Harden
fan. I am a Harden's fan. I think James Harden listened to my podcast because you did it, bud. You listened to me. I told you we are not going to win here. It's time to go. It is time to go. Mike D'Antoni is out the window. We are out the window. Russell Westbrook is out the window. We declined $50 million a year. Why did we decline $50 million a year? It's because we won a title. And he said he's not going anywhere except the Nets. That's right. Now I saw somewhere that he also considered the Sixers, but
we
not going no Sixers, bro.
Let's be real here though. If James Harden on the Nets, is that team an actual threat?
I will take back everything I've said about the Nets. I'm gonna have to. I've clowned Kyrie with a not mentally ill Kyrie. James Harden, KD, and Kyrie on the East.
That's like, yeah. That's right. That instantly becomes, I think, one of the most dangerous teams in the East. But at the end of the day, you do have to think about like chemistry, like how the chemistry is going to work between those three. And it's not KD I'm worried about. I know KD's going to probably be the top guy.
Kyrie.
Yeah.
It's Kyrie. It's Kyrie and Harden.
It's going to be KD's team.
Harden been on a team with KD before. They obviously they cool.
The only thing with that is,
not best friends, but they cool.
James Harden was a different player. I would love to talk about how good how good your regular season is going to be. But, we always bring in what is your playoffs going to look like? I said this last year, Meech, when we talked. We said that, they're going to have a nice season. It's going to be an amazing season. But it doesn't really matter until you get into those playoffs. And 2 for 9. Westbrook, 2 for 9. That's how we come back on the injury. And that's why Russell's gone. I knew as soon as Russell was going to be gone, there's nobody else that they can use to keep James Harden in Houston. Not even $50 million a year, apparently. So,
but it's crazy because that's true. It's like they're trying to get Westbrook out. But the thing is like he hasn't had a trade finalized yet. But you got to consider now that, okay, well, if Harden's gone, then Westbrook is definitely gone. There's no way you're keeping Westbrook if Harden's gone. Because I feel like the whole reason Westbrook wanted to go to Houston in the first place is because he wanted to play with another superstar.
Right.
And now there's not going to be any more superstars left on Houston. So, there's been a lot of rumors.
I think Westbrook demanded the trade first. I think that was the first one.
He did.
I think there's been some locker room talk since Mike left on getting out of there. I think there's been some things in the background that we didn't hear about. Westbrook was like, look, I'm bouncing. So, James was like, look, I'm going to get out of here. We're not winning a championship. You went 2 for 9. Westbrook was like, you know what? You're right. I got to go because I'm not going to win here either. I think it was a waste to get rid of OKC, to give OKC Chris Paul, get rid of Ariza just to bring him back. Are you serious? You're bringing him back?
OKC has pretty much finessed 2 teams now. They finessed the Clippers. We've sent Pandemic P to the Clippers for 5 first-round picks, and we got Shy. We have a young superstar in Shy, who could become a superstar with good coaching. Which for some reason the Thunder let Billy Donovan walk away.
That's the thing. We agreed to part ways with Billy Donovan, mainly because I feel like Billy probably was like, I don't want to, coach this team. We can't win.
Wait, he's on the Bulls now, right?
I don't know.
Didn't he leave and go to the Bulls or something?
I think so. I don't know. But the G League guy that we hired, he was our assistant head coach. He supposedly, in quotation marks, this is what I heard, he's really good at player development. So I feel like that's why we gave him the job. I feel like he's going to be our guy that's going to, because we got all these young players and we're about to draft so many players because we have 15 first-round picks and I think it's 3 years, something like that, 4 years. I don't know. He's obviously going to be there to develop them, and then we're probably going to get a better coach after that.
Speaking of OKC,
I was about to say, speaking of coaches with Steve Nash and the Nets with Harden, if they gonna pan out, because I forgot. I mean, D'Antoni's on the Nets.
Steve Nash
D'Antoni's on the
so
Nets.
I feel like we haven't seen Steve Nash coach yet. So at the end of the day, I mean, we got to consider that. I mean,
but you have an assistant coach there, Mike D'Antoni,
which I feel it's a good addition.
What happened?
Mike D'Antoni's the assistant coach under Nash at Nets.
Oh my God.
The Nets catching dubs, bro.
No. I'm not happy about that.
It's good to have him as an assistant coach.
He's not the head coach.
I mean, the funny thing is this man went from head coach to assistant coach. But
that is sad to me. I'm surprised. I don't see how no one picked him up.
I mean, I'll tell you why. I'll tell you exactly why.
Oh my God.
I'll tell you exactly why. I've said this multiple times. He's a terrible head coach. Mike D'Antoni, you have I praise you for working around Melo, working around Harden. You got my boy an MVP. I really appreciate that. But you did not get him a championship, and you didn't get Carmelo a championship. When you do things like this, right? You can't. He's in an AGM because he doesn't know how to adapt. I will never stop bringing up this situation where we had Chris Paul, Ariza, and Capella against the Warriors. Game 7. Chris Paul gets injured. What's happening? Why are we still shooting threes? Why the hell are we still shooting threes when Capella is in the paint 4 for 5 with Draymond Green? I don't know either. That's a terrible head coach.
Zaza or JaVale.
Mike D'Antoni is good when he has one player to play around. If he wants to go coach one player, he's a great 1v1 coach. He is not a good team coach, which is why he got AGM, and that's doing nothing but proving. I mean, this is funny to go from head coach to AGM. The fact that you have to take that, but I mean, honestly, I don't want him to go against Harden. But to be honest, I think that's more of a reason on why Harden's probably going to go to the Nets, is because his coach is there. And I mean, that's why Russell wanted to go to the Rockets, is because D'Antoni was there. He wanted to play with a coach that's going to be obsessed over him. It did not work. He went 2 for 9. Okay. So it's just not, this is a problem. To me, you call him, playoff plague, George. D'Antoni is no-win championship. He's had two of the almost greatest players of our time, right? Two of the top 10 players that he helped develop, and neither of them won a championship with him.
I mean, ultimately, my argument is still I like him as the assistant coach. I think that's a good signing. Now, Steve Nash, I think it's not questionable to me. He's one of the, his basketball IQ is going to be higher than most head coaches, because of what he did as a player. But I think we haven't seen him coach. We got to know how complex he's going to be. We haven't really seen him be a mentor, be under a mentor's wing. He just kind of stepped into this role. So, I mean, that's something you want to look about. But at the end of the day, I don't really think it matters too much when you got KD on the court.
Point guard coaches in the past 5 years have not let us down, because you got Kerr. Kerr won a championship. You got Tyronn. He won something. So, I mean, having a point guard coach is probably good, because that's somebody that knows how to run that floor. That's what you really need. You need somebody that knows how to run that floor, not Mike D'Antoni.
I mean, Jason Kidd didn't pan out. But, I mean, you got two valid arguments, but Jason Kidd is just terrible. And he was a head coach for the Nets.
Yeah, but who was on the Nets?
I mean, you had Deron Williams in his prime. Balling everybody up, man. Come on now.
Deron Williams, where is he now?
Hey, look.
Yeah. I don't know either.
In his prime, he was a bit saucy. I mean, he retired
on the Nets. He was saucy on the Nets. Who else was on the Nets?
And then Jason Kidd went to Milwaukee. He didn't do nothing.
He also developed Giannis. So don't forget that, because Giannis wanted to leave Milwaukee when Jason left. You don't remember that? He was very upset when he got. He was very upset when he got removed.
Who the coach in Milwaukee right now?
I don't know. It don't matter because Giannis is leaving too.
Buden, isn't it? Or did they get rid of Buden?
Might be. I don't know.
They get rid of Budenholzer?
It might be him. I think it is him. I noticed that name.
Now we were talking about OKC getting rid of a bunch of people.
They
about
get
that Danny Green.
Dude, we traded.
We traded for Dan. I'm trying to figure out I'm trying to figure out how do they think that helps them. Dennis Schroeder was a young guy. He was pretty young.
We legit traded a walking bench bucket for a walking bench brick.
I mean, you still got a champion.
Not even a bench brick. Not even a bench brick. Danny Green's a starter, bro.
I was gonna say you still got a champion. Don't forget that. You still got it.
What is that gonna do?
I mean, it's doing more than Schroeder is doing.
What?
I mean, what is the Lakers?
Schroeder's a better player, bro.
Schroeder's a better
player, man. Come on.
Schroeder's a better player.
Are you serious?
Come on, man.
Right now,
dude.
Yes.
Come
right
on,
now, okay.
Schroeder's a better player.
I mean, he made one bad shot.
He missed one bad shot.
Just one. I mean, he missed one bad shot.
Did you watch?
Dude,
the playoffs?
Danny Green was bricks. What do you mean? Did you watch the playoffs?
He missed the bad shot. I mean, the bubble, bro. You can't really blame it on the bubble. You gotta blame it on the bubble.
Pandemic P.
We can blame it on the bubble.
You can really blame it on the bubble.
Come on, bro. Come on.
Blame it on the bubble. Ask playoff P.
Green, bro.
Blame it on the bubble.
Bro.
Ask Westbrook.
Come on.
Blame it on the bubble. 2 for 9.
Blame it on the bubble. Man, Russell
blame it on the bubble
every year. Russell does that every year, though, man.
You know, they said it's projected to be LeBron James's hardest year because of the bubble. You heard Stephen A.
That was, man, the Lakers walked through this playoffs with no problem, man. It was too easy for them boys. Come on. Hardest year. Come on, bro.
His hardest year was that year he took the Cavs to the finals with all those nobodies.
Come on.
Yeah, but
this man's second best player was Kyle Korver.
Let me tell you, it's a mentality state of mind to be playing in the same spot.
I'm waiting for LeBron to be a coach, bro, because you know he's gonna be a goated coach. You know he's
LeBron's not gonna be a coach.
No, LeBron's not gonna be a coach. I don't think
he's got his coach years right now.
Look, I think he will own the team. I think he'll own the Cavs. He'll probably buy the Cavs. I can see that happening.
He's not buying the Cavs, man. That's a waste of money.
If he's coaching, he's probably going to want to coach because his son's in league.
Yeah, the Hornets were owned by the NBA. What's that mean?
Huh?
The Hornets are what?
But why?
Say that again.
Why does that matter that he bought the Hornets?
Because he's from Charlotte. He's from North Carolina, so he bought.
LeBron's not buying. He's not buying the Cavs.
Why wouldn't he do that?
Why would he?
Why wouldn't he?
But why would he?
It's like the same argument you can make for Jordan. Why would he buy that team?
Why did Jay-Z buy the Brooklyn Nets?
Because Jordan's a walking money bucket.
So is LeBron.
I feel like LeBron would buy money. LeBron would probably buy the Lakers before he buys the Cavs.
Come on, dude. Come on.
He would have a share in it.
Come on. He ain't buying the Lakers.
He's got enough money to do it.
He'd have like a little tiny share in it, but bro. He's not going.
That's still being an owner when you have a share in something. Just so you know.
But you're not okay. He's going to be the majority owner of the Cavaliers, more likely than the Lakers.
I just don't see him buying the Lakers. Why? I mean, I don't know. He makes his whole preaching about Akron. Why would he buy the Lakers? I can see.
When's the last time LeBron has talked about Akron?
When he built a school there? He has a whole school there. What do you mean, man?
When did he do that?
What?
When did he do what?
Do you not think he talks about that school all the time? Do you not think he talks about that school all the time? He built that school, bro. He has a book for that school.
When did he build the school?
He built it like a year, 2 years, 3 years ago, something like that.
When did he come to LA?
I mean, the last time he tweeted about Akron was when he was talking about making sure that Akron people were able to vote. And that was like, what, 2 weeks ago?
We all know why he was doing that, but we're not going to talk about politics today.
I mean, it's just staying connected here.
All right, so we were talking about the Thunder making trades. All right, they send Chris Paul to the Suns.
Yeah, for Kelly Oubre and that G League player.
Lag. Oh yeah,
for half of the team.
Cameron, you know, Ricky Rubio.
Ricky Rubio.
Come on, bro. That was painful. That was the hardest part to read in that trade package. That we grabbed Ricky Rubio. Like why did we need to do that?
Bro, I just don't think OKC is smart with their selections. We keep saying
they panned out for us. They've panned out for us. But Ricky Rubio is looking like a bad selection right now.
But why is OKC giving up things like Chris Paul when he just took them to a whole playoffs?
Is it not obvious to you yet, bro? We going to rebuild mode. We in rebuild mode right now.
And I don't think Chris wanted to play there anyway. I mean,
this is the thing. Whenever that season, when we first traded for Chris Paul, there was about a week and a half span where the only thing talked about at the Thunder is Chris Paul wants out. Chris Paul doesn't want to be here. That.
Yeah.
And there was already trade rumors of us trading. And then, you know, what? Wait, what are you saying?
How are you in rebuild mode, but you take on Danny Green and give us Schroeder if he's such a good young player?
We got a first-round pick, though. We got a first-round pick from that.
But is it really worth it? Why are you not giving up Steve?
Who, Steven Adams?
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like at that point it's a part of respect. Steven Adams has never had a problem with OKC. He's never spoken out. He don't seem problematic. Maybe he's like, look, I just want to be here. But I don't think there's really a point to give up Steven Adams.
Steven Adams.
I don't.
Warrior time.
Warrior.
How many centers you saying they gonna grab, man? First is James Wiseman, now it's Steven Adams.
Are you bringing back up that trade you told me the Warriors should make?
I'm bringing it up.
This man said the Warriors should have traded the second overall pick for Steven Adams.
No, he said they should select James Wiseman and then trade him for Steven Adams.
Jesus, man.
The silence right there, that just shows you.
Hey, that was pre before I looked into James Wiseman though. James Wiseman is dirty.
You see how James Wiseman's a walking bucket
those
now.
Those top three picks ain't getting
Who's gonna end up being the top 3 picks? Because you got the Tims,
LaMelo, Edwards,
it's Tims, Warriors. Oh yeah. I mean, I think they said LaMelo. The Timberwolves have been talking to LaMelo Ball.
But that's the thing.
Who's our top 3 picks? Is Tims, Warriors, and who?
And wow, who's pick number 3?
Oh, who is it? I'm like, I watched the whole thing and I don't even remember now.
Because all that matters is that the Warriors are in the top 3. It doesn't matter. It matters that the Warriors are in the top 3.
Is it the Cavs?
It might be the Cavs. I don't know. Either way, this is how it's going to pan out. If LaMelo gets taken number 1, I see Anthony Edwards falling out of the top 3 because I don't remember who that third team is, but I just know that they are not in the market for a shooting guard. And
it's the Hornets. It's the Hornets.
It's the Hornets.
Yeah,
it is the Hornets. I don't see them taking. I don't see them taking Anthony Edwards.
But at the same time, it's Anthony Edwards. If I'm the Hornets, I'm taking Anthony Edwards.
If I'm the Hornets, I am going to take Anthony Edwards because you're just such a bad team right now that anything helps. But, I mean, it's obvious that LaMelo's probably now going to go number 1 since he's working out with every team that could even had rumors trade up number 1 and the number 1 team.
Mm-hmm.
And then Wiseman's an obvious number 2 because LaMelo and Anthony are point guard and shooting guard. Warriors don't need that. They have arguably top 3 in both of them. Arguably. I'm not saying that they are.
I say top 2.
Okay. Center, they obviously need a center, so James Wiseman, plug him in there. And then third team, I mean, you could say that Anthony Edwards is going there, but I mean, you could just, I mean, at that point, you could take anything if you're the Hornets. Anything would help. I mean, Obi Toppin, he's a good player. I don't think he's better than Edwards, but he's a great player. You got Cole Anthony. I don't see him going top 3, but he's an option. You know, you got all these other players, and I just don't see Anthony Edwards being in top 3 if LaMelo goes number 1.
Let me tell you, it doesn't matter because as soon as the Warriors get James Wiseman, it's over. Do you guys not agree? James Wiseman goes to the Warriors. You got a healthy Curry, a healthy Clay, and a healthy bench.
I don't think it'll be as easy for the Warriors as it has been in past years, but I do think they'll be back. They'll be good again. But
they'll for sure be a top 3 seed, a 100% top 3 seed.
Yeah,
top 3.
I'm still saying
you already lost a bet.
I'm saying with the Warriors, even with James Wiseman, I think them in a series against the Lakers could go 7, could go 6-7, and I think the Lakers could win it. But at the same time, I don't know, man. The Warriors are just kind of dangerous. You know, you getting Clay back? Oh my, Clay, Curry, with a defensive center who could guard AD.
Dude, what do you mean, bro? You forgot the most important part. the walking donkey bucket, Draymond buckets, man. Come on, man. He's a walking bucket.
You're clowning.
Defensive player of the year.
Don't you ever talk about Draymond helping anybody on the Warriors anymore.
Draymond
is irrelevant.
Draymond's digressed badly.
It's jokes, bro.
He's digressed pretty bad.
Bro, he fell off. He was winning defensive player of the year, and then he just
he fell off.
He started talking too much.
Yeah.
Bro, what happened is he kicked Steven Adams in the nuts, and he just fell off.
Yeah. After he kicked Steven Adams in the nuts,
nothing's been the same for him.
He lost about 10 overalls after that.
He kind of became like the Suh of the NBA.
The who?
The Dominican?
Yeah.
He's talking about the Dominican.
Oh, the Dominican Sue.
He stepped on Aaron Rodgers' ankle.
Yeah.
Dude, the Dominican Sue, he was a beast.
Dirty. Because remember, I mean, it seems like the Warriors already have some. Because what happened to Zaza? The Warriors always have somebody that's playing dirty.
Oh my God.
What happened to Zaza?
I don't know. Dude, it was Zaza, man. He's a nobody.
He might be. Yeah,
Zaza wasn't a nobody.
He's jobless now, I think. I don't know. I haven't heard about him.
Can we just admire the fact that McGee went from being shacked in a fool to being a 3-time champ? Can we just admire that, please?
He's a 3-time champ. He won it with the Lakers, the Warriors. He won it twice with the Warriors, something like that?
Yes.
Where did he win it third?
He's a 3-time champ. Can we just admire that, please?
It's easy, you know. You're getting the league minimum to go play for the best team in the league.
I mean, you can't sleep on
that.
He getting rings though.
You need to wake up. You need to wake up.
I'm sleeping.
You need to wake up.
I'm snoring.
No, you need to wake up.
Oh no, JaVale. Come on,
you're gonna end up choking.
Look up his points.
You better get some insomnia.
Look up his.
You better get some insomnia. It's different having a 7-foot piece in the bank. Get some insomnia.
Who you taking in a 1v1, man?
Hey, let me tell you this.
Hey,
let me ask you this question. Let me ask you this question. How many championships you got, Meech?
Look.
I mean, what is that? I mean, I guess.
How many championships you got, Meech? You got one?
I mean, like,
have you even been to the playoffs?
Who you taking in the game of 21?
That's not important.
Game of 21 right here.
Okay.
2-point Rondo, 2 for 9 Westbrook, and 3-time champ JaVale.
Let me tell you this: you're clowning Rondo, but how many points did he drop the day that they won?
Bro,
aren't you the one that said Damian Lillard is better than Rondo?
Right now.
Right now, yes.
No,
100%.
You definitely put Damian.
Dude, look, you can
I listened to the track yesterday. I
can go re-listen.
I listened to it
that,
yesterday.
Bro. I said all time you were like, no. I was like, right now you're like, yes.
Right, and then after
I started naming present, you were like, no, all time.
Right,
like,
and what'd you say? You said Damian and Russell.
I take both of them over, bro. Rondo, look, only thing he had going for him back then was passing.
So what did he do for the team when they won the championship that night? How many points?
I don't care about
19?
Rondo.
19. Say it again, Meech.
I mean, let's be real.
Say it again, Meech.
He was 19 points.
Say it again, Meech.
This dude. Bro.
Say it again, Meech, so he can hear.
I mean, that's one game.
And let me tell you this. You want to know why he was able to do that after getting 2 points? Because he has a championship mindset.
He dropped 2 points because he had a championship mindset?
No. He dropped 19 because it's having a championship mindset. He dropped 2 points because
he had a championship mindset? He dropped 2 points.
Say it in Spanish for me, because he's not getting it. Say it in.
He had those points.
Say it again,
mindset.
Say it again.
He had 2 points because he had a championship mindset.
Say 19.
Look, if we talking about one game performances, man.
Yes, he knew.
You want to talk about one game performances, man?
We're not talking about one game performances. We're talking about how you were wrong. I want you to say that you were wrong.
Rondo.
Since we haven't done a podcast since then, I want you to say that you were wrong because you were incorrect. How many championships you got?
Come on, man.
Because how many does Rondo have? How many championships you got?
I mean, I'm not in the NBA.
I'm not asking you, Dimitri.
Come on.
Hey,
it's kind of a weird question.
Dimitri, who you taking all time? Dame or Rondo? Off of pure skill. Come on, man.
All time?
Come on, man.
All time.
Come on,
okay, let's do this. Let's do this.
All-time skill.
Let's do top 5 point guards right here, right now, on the spot.
All time?
Yeah, we'll do 10 if we're doing all time. We'll do 10.
No, 10, bro. Come on, man.
List as many as you can. You don't have to get to 10.
Big O.
Okay.
Big O's in there. Steph, he's obviously in there. Are we talking statistics or skill?
We're talking about just who would you have on your team. We're not talking statistically.
10-minute run.
Because, I mean, if we're doing that.
Okay, let's see. Big O Steph, easy. Bro, I'm trying to blank on every single point guard that's ever played. Oh my goodness, Magic Johnson.
Okay.
I'm legit blowing a blank. Oh my goodness.
I mean, I don't, bro. What does this have to do with Rondo?
Because he put
Rondo's
Damian
not in the top
Lillard
10.
over Rondo.
But
Rondo's
let's
not
point
in
this
the
out.
top
Let's point
10.
this out. Let's point this out. Rondo declined his option, so it's looking like he's going to be free agent. That's probably why they traded Danny Green for Dennis Schroeder.
Because they need more cap space.
I mean, I guess until
He's going to ask
Dennis
for
needs a
more.
new contract.
He dropped 19 points.
Yeah, who?
Rondo, he's going to ask for more.
She dropped 19 in one game. Come on,
That's an important game. That's an essential
I'm
win.
thinking you're talking about
Bro,
Dennis.
look, this is
Hey, I have
this
a
is all
question.
I'm about to say.
How
This
much
is all I'm about to
was
say.
Rondo getting paid before?
This is all I'm going to say
2
real
mil,
quick. Let me just say this real quick. You want to sit here and you want to be like, this is 19-point Rondo. He's riding. 19-point Rondo. Once we say 2-point Rondo, it's a problem. But you going to turn around and be like, 2 for 9, Russ. When Russ has done some good things. He played bad this playoffs, but he's done good things in the past. And you just going to sit here and ride Rondo his past.
I do not
You're going to ride him for his past.
No, Russell, you're right. He beat Big O's record, right? That's cool.
Rondo's making $2.5 million.
That's cool. Carmelo, he's cool. But what does Carmelo want? A championship. What does Rondo have? A championship. What does Russell not have? A championship.
Where did Carmelo
I mean, Russell
come
didn't
from?
play with LeBron though.
That's true.
And AD.
That's true. Russell did play with James Harden and KD though.
Harden that has not reached his potential.
That's what happened.
An underutilized.
They choked.
Underutilized.
Did they not choke?
Who?
Was Harden on the bench? Was Harden on the bench?
Okay, you give OKC man. Right now, right? OKC.
On,
if you give them right now, Russell, KD, and James Harden.
Right now,
is that what you're about to ask?
That's a chip.
That's a championship. That's a chip. Right
with the
now,
Warriors?
Come on.
Oh, this year or this past year?
No, this year. This past year.
I would say it's competitive against the Warriors.
If we got
the Lakers.
KD is not a chip. It's legit what the Houston Rockets just.
No, we're talking about a healthy OKC versus the Lakers.
It's a chip. It's a chip.
Nah,
I mean, it's not going to be the finals.
With Billy Donovan coaching. With Billy Donovan, come on.
I'll tell you why. Your boy chokes. Russell chokes. He
it don't matter. KD has the ball.
KD doesn't.
Harden and KD dropping 30. That's 60 That's 60 right there. Russell gonna drop at least 20 with a trip dub.
I don't know. I mean, the biggest thing that I'm worried about is
what is James covering Russ, man.
Here's the thing that I'm worried about in the playoffs is what is it going to look like when James Harden's dropping? Is James Harden going to be able to drop the same amount of points when KD is dropping points? You know, how is that going to work? Because the biggest thing about James Harden is James Harden wants the ball. You know what I mean? That was the problem with Chris Paul. You know, that's why I feel
like that's the main reason he left OKC too, was money issues. He wanted, starting shooting guard money. They didn't want to give it to him like that. And he wanted the ball more. So obviously he was like, I'm a superstar. I want out of here. But he goes to the Nets. He knows how everyone plays on there except for he obviously don't know how everybody plays, but he knows how KD plays. He goes there. I feel like they know that's probably I feel like he knows that's KD's team. I don't know. I just feel like he knows that's KD's team.
Can't be KD's team. KD's haven't played yet. But it is KD's team. You're right. KD hasn't played yet, but it is KD's team. And that's why KD went to the Nets, because he wants his own team.
Well, I mean, he had it in OKC.
That's true.
He had his own team.
He was going to win with them. He wasn't going to win with
them. He had his own team. You can't say he did.
No, I'm saying the reason he left the Warriors, the reason KD left the Warriors was because he wanted his own team. And because of Draymond. But he definitely wanted his own team. He's very sensitive.
He was also taking a pay cut.
Antonio Brown, bro.
At a point. Who?
Draymond's exactly like Antonio Brown. He's just toxic for the locker room. Dude, I seen it was an ESPN notification. Before we even talk, let's just go ahead and move on. That ain't even worth it. No, hold on. I just want to say something. Look. An ESPN notification came up and it said Antonio Brown threw a bicycle at a security guard.
When?
I was dying, bro. I don't know. I can't remember. I think it was today. It was security
that's
footage.
Meech's boy.
That ain't my boy. Listen.
That joke's funny.
No. My boy's Juju, Deontay Johnson, Chase Claypool. My boy's 9-0. My boys are 9-0. We ain't worried about that. But listen.
Honestly, the most underrated 9-0. But go ahead.
What?
The most underrated 9-0 team ever. But go ahead.
That boy got defensive. Y'all hear him?
Listen. All right. So Drew Holiday, he just got traded to the Bucks. This just didn't happen too long ago. It's like a few minutes ago. Does that make the Bucks a better team?
Depends. If
Also,
Giannis
I saw that Robin Lopez is leaving. He declined his option, so he's going to be a free agent.
The Bucks.
So now
it depends on what the Giannis situation.
The Bucks are done. Yeah, the Bucks are done.
I mean, I agree. Come on, I think they're done regardless.
And I don't think I think Holiday is a good player, but I don't think he's a good enough player to make the Bucks a championship team, especially now with rumors of what's going to be happening in the East. You still have the Heat, who are going to return hungry. You have the 76ers. We don't know what's going to happen with them. And now you're adding on the Nets, and we don't know what the Raptors are going to be like. So I'm like, now
we still don't know where Russ is going.
Exactly. And I'm like, you still have now you have more of a dangerous East than you did this year. And they still choked. And we got to see what actually happens with Ante, because didn't he get hurt?
No, Ante's chilling. He's fine.
Yeah, Giannis got hurt. Like I think it was like twice in the playoffs. But I feel like
but once you get injured once, you're kind of injury prone. Can Giannis stay healthy? Don't forget the Pelicans are going to be coming back hungry as well.
Bro, ain't nothing wrong with Giannis, bro. I know you see him. Giannis is built different, bro. Come on, dog. That injury was weak. He sat out one game? Come on, dude. Stop.
I think in one game he just sat out like a couple quarters and he went back in.
Sat out one game.
I think he's gone, man. I think Giannis is gone.
I think Giannis is gone.
He's definitely leaving the Bucks, but I don't. Come on.
Okay, look. Let's.
Where is Giannis going?
Talk about Russ real quick. Russ, whenever he was leaving the Thunder, there was landing options for him. There was really two that was mainly talked about. It was Houston, and it was Miami. Y'all think Russ is gonna try to make his way to Miami?
No.
You don't think so?
No.
Him and just Jimmy Butler
and Tyler Hero
is so toxic.
Dude, I can hear the Geiger counter going off already. Like this, taking nah, man. Nah, man.
No way.
No.
You don't think so? Where do you think Russ is gonna go then?
No. I've seen something about him going to the Clippers, and that makes sense. Although I don't think it should happen. That's the most.
He's got beef with everybody. Wait, hold on. Can we just talk about the fact as? Is it Patrick Beverly on the Rockets now?
No.
They said it's a possible trade if he goes to the Clippers, right? That it would be for Pat Bev. He's going to the Clippers, bro.
I mean, I don't think Pat when you're looking under what he does, I don't think people
don't really you dare respect Patrick Beverly on this podcast.
I'm not respecting. I think Patrick Beverly's a terrible player. I think he does a lot of talking, but he sucks. But my thing is I don't think players take that to heart. Like at the end of the day, look, if you're my team, as long as he ain't doing that to me every game, then I don't care. I think it's
a wannabe KG, except KG was good. It's a wannabe KG.
That's funny.
That's his type of ball, man. The streets, man. Come on, y'all saw this man playing basketball in Tim's on the beach. He's built different,
dude. Come on, man.
That'll keep him on the roster, man. Come on. All right, so we got the draft coming up in 1 or 2 days. I think it's Wednesday. We got the top 3 picks. We'll go through them and we'll talk about who our picks are, why that team should pick that team. We got the Timberwolves at number 1, the Warriors at number 2, and the Hornets at number 3. Okay, and we got a pretty star-studded draft. I think this is one of the most star-studded drafts in a while, to be honest. I think this is the most star-studded draft since I'm not sure what class. I think 2017 with Lonzo Ball and actually probably not. I don't know why. Never mind. All right, so let's just get started. So number 1, we got the Timberwolves, which is a pick that people are assuming is going to be traded. There's been a lot of talk about them getting LaMelo Ball, but I'm going to say right now off the rip, I think they go with Anthony Edwards, shooting guard from Georgia.
That's good.
I think his ability to play, he's got some pretty nice defense, but his offense is what brings him to the table. He said, a lot of people have been comparing him to D Wade. You know how D Wade was when he was in his prime, just disgusting. And I think if Anthony Edwards can just turn into this kind of shooting beast. You know, he can shoot, he can drive to the rim. His inside scoring ability is disgusting. He's got that athleticism that you want to see from a young guy. I really like Anthony Edwards at number 1 for the Timberwolves. What do y'all got?
I'm gonna take. I'll take LaMelo. I take LaMelo. I feel like you pair him up with D'Lo. D'Lo can play shooting guard, and then you got Cat and who else? And that's all they really have, honestly. Unless they traded for somebody whenever they traded Andrew Wiggins, but I doubt that because the Warriors really didn't have any other pieces. But I mean, I feel like you go LaMelo. I feel like he's a good piece to start. You know, because I mean, let's be honest here, Minnesota's not winning nothing. They haven't been able to win nothing. So I feel like he's a good piece to build your core back up after Andrew Wiggins failed. And I mean, Cat is Cat. He's good. And you got D'Lo over there. So I mean, they're not going to go anywhere with it. But I mean, either pick they take, they're not going anywhere. So I feel like LaMelo's a good option for them to have right now and in the future. So
you think you want the Timberwolves to turn into the Warriors? It's a bunch of shooters.
Come on, man.
I do think that they're going to end up getting LaMelo just because it's something that's been happening with Anthony Edwards when he's working out. But I mean, if the Timberwolves want to play chess, this is what they do. They pick up James Wiseman and they trade him away. But that's if they want to play chess. If they want to stop the Warriors from coming back, that's how you play chess.
Bro, they not thinking about the Warriors, dog. Come on, man.
I mean, you said they were going to trade him away, right?
Trade who away? Not James Wiseman. I said the first pick. They were thinking about trading down to get LaMelo Ball.
Like the pick.
Come on, man.
I think they're going to get LaMelo. But
I do like the idea of them drafting LaMelo. I think it could happen because they've been talking to him, but I don't know.
It's kind of weird in a draft where the second overall pick is almost the most for sure thing. I feel like it's a for sure thing that James Wiseman's going number 2. They don't need a shooting guard. They don't need a point guard. Obi Toppin's not a top 3 pick, or not a top 2 pick, we should say, in my opinion. So I mean, James.
You also got to consider LaMelo Ball spent the last 3 years playing against grown men. I mean, you saw what that did with Luka. You know,
facts. He's been playing.
You saw what that did with
Luka was playing with grown men since he was.
Luka been playing with grown men since he was 16.
Yeah,
so that ain't nothing with him. I mean, LaMelo's been doing this for what, 3 years? He's been doing it for what, 3 years now? Yeah, 3-4 years. So I mean, that's another thing to think at. Now with Anthony Edwards, I wouldn't look at his college stats too much because he played at Georgia. Okay, he really had no help.
Georgia Dogs.
Georgia Dogs.
I'll tell you what's dangerous though. You got the GOAT talking to Anthony Edwards, and that's why I think that he's going number 3. I think it's very obvious for him to go number 3 because guess who showed up at his workout the other day? Michael Jordan.
MJ.
What the heck? You telling me I don't care what you think. If I'm working out and Michael Jordan shows up at my workout, what do you need? What do you need?
I'm gonna need the Timberwolves to not select you first overall. Because if I'm the Hornets, I'm not trading up. I'll be fine with LaMelo at 3. But I think, I
don't think Michael Jordan wants LaMelo. I don't think he wants anything to do with the Ball family.
But it's the best thing to do. Ain't nobody thinking about their dad. Like honestly, back when that was a whole issue. And plus, you gotta think when was the last time LeVar Ball spoke? You know what I'm saying?
I forgot.
Nobody been talking.
And whatever. Don't sleep on the Ball family though. He still got him the NBA.
No. Listen. You got 2 of them. I'm sleeping on LiAngelo. I've been snoring for 3 years.
Come on, we're not going to talk about
this.
He's
podcast. On the OKC G League team, dropping a straight bucket.
I mean, you guys can talk about that, but I'm like, LiAngelo messed himself up. You know, he still was projected to be in the NBA. He should be in the NBA by now.
No, he chose to leave, not to go to UCLA and play overseas, and he wasn't able to do enough with his career and time.
No, what he chose was to steal something in another country.
He felt like robbing that store, stealing some watches or chains or something.
That's not what hurt him. The main problem was that he sucked. He wasn't good at
That's the reason why he couldn't play at UCLA.
Don't agree with that. I believe that if he did not steal anything in China, he would be in the NBA right now.
I feel like he would have played at UCLA. He would have got picked at least in the second round.
Come on, bro.
And he would be at least on a roster. He might not be playing, but
we don't have to talk about the Ball family now because we'll talk about a whole podcast. That's a whole podcast right there. Because y'all are sleeping.
All right,
insomnia.
Let's go to pick number 2. But I think Jordan had the worst take on that first one. Talking about taking James Wiseman.
No, I said if they want to play chess, I don't think they're going to do that.
But that's my point. When you drafting, you're not thinking about no other team. Come on, bro.
They need to be.
Nobody thinking about
because
that.
The Warriors are coming back. Warriors, come out and play.
The Timberwolves are trying to come back.
Warriors.
The Timberwolves are trying to come back.
What'd you say, Cam? What'd you say, Cam? The Timberwolves ain't coming back, and the Timberwolves know they ain't coming back. The Timberwolves
ain't been back since KG left them in the dust.
They still wasn't there.
I mean, they was making playoffs consistently.
All right, look, pick number 2. We got the Warriors. I mean, I think the obvious
Let's
choice
just
is
say it
James
on 3.
Wiseman.
1, 2, 3.
James
Wiseman.
Because, I mean, come on. 7-1, you got this guy, his defensive, what's that word for potential?
Paint beast.
Yeah. His defensive potential is dangerous. He's not even a paint beast. That's the thing. He's kind of like a two-way because he can score pretty easily. He can post up. He's athletic in the paint. This guy's dangerous. Defensive threat. Haven't seen too much of him in college, and I think that's where a lot of people are nervous. But, I mean, look at this guy in high school, and then look at him in the few games he did play in college.
I still say it was a terrible decision to let the Warriors get the number 2 pick. They're literally giving them the NBA championship.
It's no one's decision. It's the Warriors were trash because they didn't have the two of the best shooters in the country.
Somebody could stop it just like they stopped the Chris Paul trade for the Hornets.
They could have stopped what?
The Warriors getting the number 2 pick.
Come on, bro. All right. Pick number 3. Oh wait, actually, I mean, can y'all want to talk about pick number 2? I don't know. Yeah,
there's nothing to talk about. There's nothing.
Okay. So pick number 3. Obviously,
we got either. It's going to be potential trades for the.
It's going to be either Anthony Edwards or it's going to be LaMelo Ball.
Now, why do you think it's going to be? Why do you think it's going to be LaMelo Ball for number 3?
Why would they not draft LaMelo? I feel like letting LaMelo slide to the Bulls. Ooh, that'd actually be kind of dangerous. LaMelo in Chicago.
No, it wouldn't.
But I don't know. Yes, it would.
No, it wouldn't.
Come on.
They're not going to do anything.
Him, Kobe White. It's about rebuilding, bro. It's going to take some time. You got to think Kobe White still ain't developed. Then you bring in LaMelo Ball, who's going to have time to develop.
I'm telling you, sometimes it doesn't matter about redeveloping, because what happened with the Pelicans?
Wendell Carter is still developing, a center beast.
Lauri Markkanen. I've been seeing some videos of him in the gym. He been looking nice.
You said what?
Exactly. Again, that's in the gym.
Lauri.
Let's pause that.
The Bulls are going to have a dangerous team.
Lauri Markkanen.
I know you ain't sleeping,
bro. If you say you don't know who Lauri Markkanen is,
you just did all that talking about Rondo, but you gonna sleep on Lauri Markkanen? Wendell Carter, Kobe White.
Didn't you say like wake up on JaVale or something like that, and you gonna talk about Lauri?
You gonna sleep? Come on, bro. All right.
You give credit where credit's due.
Huh?
What?
I said you got to give credit to where it's credit's due. You got to give credit to JaVale.
Did you not watch Lauri? Have you ever watched Lauri?
I have watched it. Yeah, I'm.
Do you know who Lauri Markkanen is? If you don't, just say you know.
No, I do.
So why you okay? All right. So the Hornets. Who y'all think fits for the Hornets?
If it depends on whichever one's there. It's obvious if it's LaMelo or Anthony Edwards. Now, before there have been draft day things happening, like, some players falling because something happens, Laramie Tunsil type thing. If one of those players, this is only if one of those players has something happen. There's only one other player that I feel like you could take, and it's Obi Toppin.
Between now and tomorrow?
Yeah, if something happened, bro. Laramie Tunsil, that thing happened draft day. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm saying if something were to happen, one of those players where, teams would deem them undraftable, like Laramie Tunsil, where they still take him. He's ended up being a beast still. You take Obi Toppin. But I feel like, honestly, it's only talking LaMelo, Anthony Edwards. Obviously, one of them's either going to go 1, one of them's going to go number 3. It's obvious.
Obi?
If there's something happening with Anthony Edwards or LaMelo, probably something happening with Anthony Edwards. Let's be honest. Something's happened with Anthony Edwards. Now, LaMelo's fine. Something happens with Anthony Edwards. Then it's Obi.
I think this was a problem in the first podcast where you said something about LeBron getting into a car accident or something.
Dude. I said it was it was the Heat. I think it was like something about the Heat and LeBron. But
yeah. It was a
he said that if
preview,
LeBron got into a car crash,
could AD carry the Lakers to one more win? And we were like, me and Jordan said yes, but then Cameron was like, nah, or something. I don't know.
I don't know. Sometimes can't be on that
so.
weed.
What are you talking about, bro? You legit just say you sleeping on Lauri Markkanen and you gonna vouch for 2-point Rondo.
Don't worry about Don't worry about Obadiah, though.
Man.
He's going to do good, though, wherever he goes.
Ooh.
OB.
Ooh. All right. Who benefits the most from this draft class? I mean, obviously the Warriors.
James Wiseman.
Yeah.
This man said James Wiseman. He didn't even say the team.
He's going to a team that's already
James Wiseman.
To a team that's already built different.
James Wiseman is not the Warriors.
Rookie of the year and a finals trophy in the same year? Come on, man.
Come on, bro. You talking about rookies getting finals trophy? What's that player's name who had his first 3 years he won a title?
Jordan Bell? Is it him?
Yeah. No. It wasn't Jordan Bell. It was
I know who you're talking about. He was on the Warriors and then he went to Toronto.
Yeah, and then he went to Toronto.
Was it not Jordan Bell?
I don't know. It was not Jordan Bell. I'd know his name if I heard it.
I don't know, but definitely to say I think it was.
Was it Quinn Cook?
No.
Bro, who was on the Warriors?
It was he doesn't really play. I don't know. Oh my God, what's his name? I don't know.
I think it's Jordan Bell.
Oh yeah. Patrick McCaw. Only player in NBA history to win 3 championships in his first 3 years.
Not do anything.
Talk about it's like when somebody else does all the work and you get credit for it.
Opportunist.
But but like you said with JaVale, he's a champion, right? How many championships?
Dion Waiters, he's a champion. No matter what, he's a champion.
No matter what, exactly.
He's a champion.
Yeah.
That's something you'll never be able to tell your kids.
House arrest Kentavious Caldwell-Pope is a champion. Keep that in mind. Come on, man. KCP, he went to the UGA, man. He's a champion now.
Them Georgia dogs, man. Come on.
Damn good dogs. Come on now. No, I'm just kidding.
Right. It's time to go.
Start barking.
Yeah, it's time to go.
Yeah.
It's time to go. When you start doing that.
Man started
time
barking.
To wrap up.
Started barking.
Come on, man. You ain't never been a dog.
He be on that weed.
Dude, what's he talking about?
All right. Cameron, take us home, man.
Take us home.
All right, guys, that's all we got. I'm just kidding.
Nah, go ahead, Jordan. You got it.
Nah, let Jordan. Yeah, Jordan.
Yeah, Jordan, you can do it, man.
Nah, Jordan, take us home.
Nah,
all right, guys, that's all we got for today. We'll be joining up right after the draft. Let you know that this is what we do. Nah, I ain't like that.
We're gonna see Wiseman drafted first and then traded, so that the Warriors can't get him.
All right, guys. Well, you guys all heard it here first. We had a good podcast today. We'll see you guys right after the draft.